Today I have a message for my 10-year-old self. Before I get to the message, I need to tell you my story. I was born in the Dominican Republic and grew up in Wisconsin. At the age of 10, I announced that I was going to be an engineer. My mother and grandmother were extremely supportive, as my grandfather had been an engineer. My mother would have become an engineer if only she could have learned how to use a slide rule. Though my grandfather spent hours trying to teach my mother how a slide rule worked, it just didn't click for her. So she studied political science, Spanish, and Portuguese instead. I knew that in order to become an engineer, I needed to study and work hard, and I did. I got straight A's, I spent hours at the library, and I graduated early from high school. At the University of Wisconsin, I was the only Latina in my science classes. In modern nuclear physics, I was one of 2 women and the only Latina. The numbers were similar in my advanced math classes. I worked hard, got excellent grades, and focused on my goal of going to graduate school and becoming an engineer. The first time I spoke in front of a crowd of 800 people, as president of one of the National Honor Societies at Wisconsin, a white male student came up to me and informed me that I spoke English very well. He was surprised at how articulate I was because of my Hispanic name. My senior year, out of my senior class of more than 10,000 people, I was one of 2 women to earn the Outstanding Senior Student of the Year Award from the Wisconsin Alumni Association. The Outstanding Senior Student of the Year Award was the proudest achievement so far in my career. The week of graduation, my lab partner for years, a white male, said to me, "It must have been nice for you, Michelle, having a free ride because you're Hispanic." I was shocked. This person had worked side by side with me for hours in the library. We had worked in advanced chemistry and organic chemistry labs. He knew how hard I had worked. I explained that I was on academic scholarship. If my grade point average had fallen below 3.6 or 90%, I would have been out of college. He was shocked as he realized his grade point average had never been that high. At my college graduation, my Dominican father was disappointed in me because I planned to pursue a graduate degree in engineering. He would have preferred I give up my dream and instead get married and give him grandchildren. I had been accepted into every graduate program I had applied and been offered scholarships to all of them. I chose to go to a university in California as I hoped it would be more welcoming and accepting of a Latina than MIT. Again, I was one of few women and the only Latina in my engineering classes. Though I worked hard and got good grades, parts of machines I needed for my experiments were locked in other labs when it was my time to use the shared equipment. I couldn't complete my work. I lost my scholarship, and my advisor informed me that he would write a glowing letter of recommendation to biology or biochemistry, but I would never be an engineer. In the meantime, I had been corresponding with the world leader in my field of study, a woman who had written the definitive book on the topic I was researching. Because of my grades and hard work, she offered me a scholarship to study at one of the top engineering schools in the world. At the Technion, the Israel Institute of Technology, for the first time in my life, it didn't matter that I was a Latina. It was refreshing to be able to focus on earning my engineering degree in a place that didn't care about my gender or my country of birth. All they cared about was how smart I was and how hard I worked. Earning my master's degree in biomedical engineering was the proudest achievement so far in my career. The biggest thing I learned in engineering school was how to be a systems thinker, to understand how making a change in one area can affect multiple other areas, even areas we don't anticipate because everything is interconnected. When I returned to the United States with my engineering degree, there was a glut of biomedical engineers with industry experience who were looking for jobs. I was offered unpaid internships, but I needed paid employment. Because it was during the dot-com boom, I found work in information technology, IT. In IT, once again, I was one of few women and the only Latina. I worked hard and realized that the skills I had learned as an engineer were perfectly suited to help companies understand the ripple effects of incorporating technology into their business operations. When I met the co-author of my book, Patty Stoltman, I realized that by being the only Latina in the group, I was acting as a change agent. This was an opportunity to pave the way for future women and people of color so they will be welcome in engineering school, IT, and any other historically white male-dominated fields in the future. Change happens because people recognize the value of making the change and then purposely decide to act. In order to effectively act as a change agent, you need to identify the contributions each individual makes and use his or her natural enthusiasm and sense of ownership to make the change happen. Patty and I developed a comprehensive toolkit to help everyone be successful change agents. We analyzed unsuccessful changes, and we created a practical how-to book with information about change agents and the skills they need to be effective, how to overcome resistance to change, and an end-to-end methodology with decision points to determine if a team is prepared to deliver a change that will truly last. Publishing our book, Holistic Change: Delivering Corporate Change That Lasts, was the proudest achievement so far in my career. Today, I received notice that I have been elevated to senior member status in the Institute for Electrical and Electronics Engineers, IEEE, the world's largest technical professional organization dedicated to advancing technology for the benefit of humanity. Senior membership is a mark of career achievement and distinction for engineers. Today, I have a message for my 10-year-old self. Pursue your dream of becoming an engineer. The journey will be hard, yet you are smart enough, you are a hard worker, and you will achieve your goal. This journey will take you to countries you didn't plan to see, will introduce you to friends who will become your second family, and will help you develop skills that will far surpass what you envision an engineer to be. La vida es una buena aventura. Disfrútala. In English, life is a good adventure. Enjoy it.